Hi everyone, it's Sarah from Sarah Knows Support Workers. Today I'm going solo and I'm going to talk about this episode because this one I feel like as support workers, we've all seen this and we don't talk about it, but we're going to discuss it because it's incredibly important. Today's topic that I'm going to talk to you guys with is what to do when a participant says no in their support plan. And it's all happened to us. So let's get cracking into it. A participant looks at you and says, I don't want to do that today. What do you do? Because how do you handle the next 60 seconds? Either it's building the relationship or it's breaking it. So let's get straight into it. Why participants say no. Before we jump into fixing anything, we need to understand what a support plan actually means. A support plan is a document that outlines a participant wants to work towards, their goals, their routines, their supports, their needs in their day-to-day life. And it's meant to be built with the participant, not for them. And under the NDIS, everything comes back to choice and control. And I would love to remind all of us support workers at the beginning of the year, my goals, my dreams, and my visions change as a person. And this also happens to the people that we serve because their goals and dreams and ambitions change as well. So when somebody says no to us support workers, that's not like them being difficult. That's actually them using their rights. And here's the truth. It's really about the plan itself. It could be, I'm tired. I'm in pain. I have had a really bad experience before. I feel embarrassed. I'm actually feeling a little bit overwhelmed, or I don't feel like I'm being heard in this moment. And to be fair, there have been times we have people out there that we serve that have spent years of their life being told what to do. So when they say no, it might be the very first time that they feel they're actually in control and heard. And to be honest, we should be celebrating it. Yeah, because if you don't understand the why, you always will react wrong as support workers. So a bit of deep diving and a bit digging to why somebody says no. What most support workers, I believe, to be honest with you, get wrong is that when I see support workers get stuck, there is like two reactions. Like reaction number one is we will push through this. It's in the plan. Tick the box, get it done, move it on, next. Option two is do nothing at all, avoid it, we will skip it. I hope to God nobody will ask me questions later. And honestly, neither of them are right because one ignores and the other one ignores your role. And the real pressure is here because the coordinators are expecting outcomes. We have plans that need to be followed. We have our internal voices saying you are not doing your job properly. And so many of us support workers, we just freeze, to be honest with you. And if that is you, it's not that you're doing anything wrong. It's just that you haven't been shown how to handle it properly yet and how to open communication both ways so we can get to the reasons of why. So what to actually do if this happens to you? And to be honest with you, there's all these different strategies out there, but you need to work with a strategy that works for that person and their communication style. So I will always say, get a little bit curious. If you can, before you even think about that plan, you should think about the person and start with something simple like, what's going on for you today or not? Or maybe have you done it this or not? Maybe it's not in your plan. Just be so curious about that person that if you can move away and think beyond the plan and see the reasonings of why they've come up to this decision to say no, you'd be surprised because sometimes it's not what you think it is. So it could also be, how can I modify the activity? Maybe it's not going out for a full day. Maybe it's going for a short walk. Maybe it's not today. Maybe it's tomorrow. Is it a one-off? Because that's totally normal. I mean, everyone has an off day. Is it because we're seeing some sort of pattern now? This is that when you start to think, okay, something here is not working. And it's kind of like a puzzle piece, yeah? Because you're like, something in this support's not working. What can I backtrack and see where it's going a little bit wrong? And that's when you loop in with your coordinator, the support coordinator, the team, wider team, because remember, with the people that we support, it's a whole life approach. And please, before you do that, make sure you inform the person that we support because they are part of the conversation to begin with. So if the person says yes, then it's about having that whole life approach that we have these conversations. We're not here to override a participant's choice, but we're here to adjust supports that actually work for them, that fits in their life. Because here's the thing. This is exactly why right matching from the very beginning with a person that we serve, with a support worker, matters so much. And it's so much from the start. And when it is genuine, when it is compatible, these moments are so much easier to navigate in between. That's why I built Swifty Matchy. That's a way to problem solve, is matching people according to the relationships that fit well, and conversations that don't feel forced, because there are some conversations Sarah's going to have with not everybody. Some people you vibe with better. It's getting down to make sure that the people that you're supporting are vibing with you. But also, I really want to talk about this because this grinds my gears, because I saw this the other day in a Facebook. I don't know what it is about these Facebook groups that scares me a little bit, but it was about documentation. So documentation is also about talking about the person, where they're going and getting to, and what they would like to do with their plans, but also it's about protecting yourself, support workers, because let's talk real here about protecting yourself, because it matters so much. And I worry about this. Is what keeps me up in the night out of anything, not protecting yourselves, because every time something happens, you document it. You keep it factual. You keep it clear. There is no opinions. There's no assumptions. For example, what was planned, what the participant said, what you observed, what you did instead. That's it. And you are showing that you followed the plan, you respected choice and control, and you adapted support in a person-centered way. And if it keeps happening, and it's quite a big thing that keeps happening, you need to escalate it. You need to say something. You need to speak up and say something that is not dobbing, that is being a really good support worker. Because person-centered plans does not mean forcing plans onto people. It doesn't mean ignoring them either. It just means adjusting it for the person that we serve. So, guys, if you ever frozen any of these moments, and we've all done it, like, we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I've done it, and I've had to readjust the way that my communication style for the person that we serve is. You're not alone. Like, it happens to the best of us. And if this has shown you any help, or helped you navigate anything, or any little bit in between, I would love it if you could leave a podcast review. It takes 60 seconds, and it helps me create more content for you support workers. Thank you so much for the podcast today, and I will see you all shortly soon. Thanks. Bye for now.